We'll get started seated on our mat. So take your time, find your cozy seated posture, and we'll get started there. And you can sit with the legs crossed or extended, totally up to you. Hands rest gently on the thighs or the knees. And once you're ready, gently draw your eyes closed. And then we'll take the next couple of moments to truly allow ourselves to arrive here and now. Gently bring your awareness to your legs, your feet, the sits bones and the hips. And relax the lower half of your body down towards the ground beneath you. Gently soften the knees and the thighs. Allow the sits bones to sink towards the ground. From this base, begin to lift the back body and spine. So stack every vertebra one on top of another until you're growing up nice and tall. Keep reaching through the crown of the head all the way up towards the ceiling. And from this strong, sturdy back body, allow the rest of your torso and face to relax. So soften the jaw, the eyes. Relax the shoulders, the chest. And soften the belly. With the space that you created in the torso, there's now room for a full breath. So begin to feel the inhales and the exhales in your body. And allow your mind to begin to soften towards tuning inwards. For our time together, all you have to do is simply feel your body, to be with your breath, and be with yourself on your mat. There's nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. All you have to do is simply be. Maybe you exaggerate the lengths of the inhales and exhales, deepening the breath, allowing the mind to be cleansed. And as we're here, we will invite in a gentle visualization. So when your next inhale arises, imagine as though you're breathing in a beautiful white light. As you breathe it into the body, on your exhale, it shines out through all of your pores, emitting this beautiful white glow. And we'll continue that for a couple of breaths. So on your inhales, again, a beautiful white light comes into your body. And on the exhales, all the pores of your body, your being glows this beautiful white light. Do this a couple times, and again, just visualize that white light as you breathe. Today we will be tuning into igniting the light, tuning into our light within. Take a few more breaths, continuing with the white light visualization. And only when you're ready, feel free to let go of the visualization and take a couple more breaths, just feeling the inhales and exhales in your body. Eventually, draw the eyes open and find somewhere to look at the ground ahead of you. Continue to feel the breath within. Stay connected to the inner world, though the eyes are open. Whenever your next inhale arises, gently sweep the hands out and around. And as you do so, imagine like you're collecting all this good energy. On the exhale, imagine pulling that good energy to your heart space. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, like you're scooping up all this good energy. Exhale, draw it to your heart. Beautiful job. Follow your own breath one more time. Inhale to sweep out and around. Perfect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. On your next inhale, bring the arms to a T shape. We'll move to a twist. So exhale, left hand comes to the right knee and right hand comes behind you like a kickstand. Inhale, sit up as tall as you can. Look towards the right hand side. And then exhale, begin to look behind you, sending the gaze over your back shoulder. Stay strong and lifted through the core so low belly pulls in and up as the crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Shoulders pull in opposite directions. Breathe deeply. If you notice that you're leaning back and putting a lot of weight towards your back hand, try to shift your shoulders forward so that back hand gets light. One more big breath here. Notice what you feel. Stay with the breath. On your next inhale, gently look forward, and then exhale, unwind. Same thing other side, so inhale, reach it on out, T-shape. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale as tall as you can, looking toward the left-hand side, and then exhale, begin to look over your back shoulder. Again, pause here, twisting in the shape. Low belly pulls in and up, crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Shoulders pull in opposite directions. Breathe deeply, make sure you're breathing here. Couple more big breaths. Relax your jaw and soften the gaze. Let's take one more full round of breath here. Feel the breath in the body. On your next inhale, unwind, look forward. Exhale, come back to center. Straighten those legs out on your next inhale. If you need to kind of bob the knees up and down, feel free to do so. We'll move to a gentle forward fold. So on your exhale, press those knees down, pull the toes back towards you. Inhale, sit up super, super tall. And then exhale, walk the hands down alongside the legs. Just pause in a spot that feels like a nice stretch. If you want to go a little bit deeper on your next inhale, try to pull the heart forward, lengthen the back body, and then on your exhale, maybe the elbows begin to lower towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Just going for a nice stretch by pressing those knees down, pulling the toes back towards you, and focusing on shining the heart forward rather than touching the toes. Relax the jaw, soften the shoulders, and breathe deeply. Notice where your awareness lies. Can you bring it back to feeling the breath in your body? Where does the breath manifest within in this shape? For me, I feel it in my back body on the inhales. And on the exhales, I feel my body just relax a little bit more. But just notice what it feels like for you. We'll take about one more big breath or so. Breathe deeply. And whenever your next inhale arises, walk your hands back up towards you. And then on the exhale, swing those legs on around. Make our way to tabletop position. Inhale, hands and knees, tabletop position. From here, we'll exhale to child's pose. So big toes touch, knees spread wide, and sink those hips back. Child's pose. Allow the body to drape down towards the ground beneath you. Head can hang in the air or rest on your mat. And again, we'll simply pause in this posture and take a couple big breaths. If you'd like to add movement, you can shake or rock those hips side to side. You can even roll the head side to side, massaging the third eye or the forehead. Wherever you go, keep your awareness inwards. Feel the breath. Breathe through the body. Take about one more big breath here. And whenever your next inhale arises, make your way back up, tabletop position, hands and knees. Exhale to down dog. So curl the toes under, lift those knees up, and then press your hips on back, down dog. Pause in downward facing dog. Add some sort of movement to the legs. So whether that's pedaling the feet or shifting the weight forward or back, find what just works for you. You can come up to the tippy toes. Find a nice stretch on the backs of the legs, and also allow your head to get used to being below the hips in this posture. Remember to breathe and to feel the breath in your body. Again, you're here and now in your yoga practice. Allow your mind to meet you where you're at. Take another big breath or two. Again, just moving organically, finding what feels good. Eventually make your way to your stagnant downward facing dog. And whenever your next inhale arises, shift forward to plank pose. So shoulders over wrists. On your exhale, lower the knees, the chest, and then the chin down to your mat. On your inhale, pull the heart forward, shine it through, low cobra. And then exhale, tabletop, curl the toes under, press on back, down dog. We're gonna hold down dog for about 5 breaths. So again, your choice if you want to add movement here now or hold the stagnant downward facing dog. If you are holding down dog, really press through the hands, specifically between the pointer finger and thumb. When you do so, you'll feel the chest and arms lift. Low belly pulls in as the heels drive towards the mat. Knees and thighs press towards the wall behind you. One more big breath here. We're going to do that same little flow again. So when you're ready, inhale, plank pose. Your choice now if you want the knees lifted or lowered, but lower yourself down towards the mat. Inhale to a low cobra, peel the heart up. And then exhale, tabletop to down dog, curling the toes under and pressing those hips up and back. Downward facing dog for another 5 big breaths. Find where this works in your body. Breathe deeply, low belly pulls in and up as you send the breath towards the belly button. Igniting the fire or the light within, imagine as though your breath is cultivating an inner light. Breathe deep to the belly, a couple more big breaths. Really press those hands down to the mat as those knees and thighs press towards the wall behind you. One more big breath here. And whenever your next inhale arises, begin to tippy-toe the feet all the way up to the hands. Whenever you get to the top of your mat, feet are hips distance and rise up halfway. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold to the feet. Now we're going to hang heavy here in the forward fold, so your choice. You can play around with how deep you bend the knees. Hands can dangle in the air. They can just kind of touch the mat. You can wrap them around opposite elbows or even hang on to the legs or ankles. Find where this works for you and breathe deeply. Wherever you go, completely relax the back of the neck so the crown of the head is drawing towards the ground beneath you. Again, where do you feel the breath in the body? Allow yourself to simply be an observer, a witness of the mind of the body. When you notice the mind taking yourself out of this time and space, simply reel yourself back in. Again, you're here right now. Let yourself be here. Work on connecting to the light within. Take about 2 more big breaths. If you want to sway side to side or add any movement, feel free to do so. And whenever your next inhale arises, rise up halfway. Pause here and exhale fully. And then on a very big inhale, bend the knees. Slowly roll all the way up to standing, avoiding a head rush. Whenever you get to the top, exhale and roll the shoulders down the back body. Great job. If your feet have shifted at all, make sure they're still hips distance. All 10 toes point forward. On your next inhale, hands sweep out and around. Grab the right hand around the left wrist. Relax the shoulders down the back body. On your exhale, tip it on over to the right hand side, and we're going to pause here for a couple big breaths. Keep pressing down through that left heel so we're not shifting our way over to the right. Hips stay stacked over the ankles. You can look down towards the ground, towards the side wall, or at the ceiling above you. Breathe deeply. Imagine like there's a wall about hip height that you're trying to go up and over rather than crash into. Take about 1 more big breath. Other side. So inhale back to center, switch your grip. Great job. Exhale, peel it on over toward the left-hand side now. Breathe deeply. Keep those shoulders relaxing down the back body, the low belly pulling in and up, and press down through that right heel. Couple more big breaths. You choose where you look here, but find somewhere to send your gaze. Relax the jaw. 1 more big breath. Great job. Inhale, come back to center, palms touch, and exhale, fold to the feet. On your next inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward, and then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back behind you, plank pose. Knees up or down, that's up to you, but we'll lower ourselves down towards the mat. Inhale, low cobra or up dog this time, lifting the knees, straightening the arms, and then exhale, press it on back, down dog.
5 big breaths in your downward facing dog. Breathe deeply here. This is a working posture rather than a resting posture, so really engage the body. Repress the hands through the mat. Lift the forearms up away from the ground. Spin the inner upper arms out and away from the ears. Low belly pulls in and up as you really press the knees and thighs towards the wall behind you and drive the heels down. Take one more big breath here. On your next inhale, step your feet on up to the hands. Once you get to the top of your mat, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold to the feet. Inhale all the way up to standing flat back. Now hands sweep out and around as you rise, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands through heart center, down by the sides. One more time, inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch, sun A. Exhale, fold to the feet. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen the back body. Exhale, step it back, plank pose, lower yourself towards the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, send those hips back, down dog. 5 big breaths here, breathe deeply. Again, feel the breath in the body. Once you have the strong shape in your body, come back to the breath. Send the gaze towards the knees or the thighs. Feel the breath as you're cultivating that inner flame, that inner light. Breathe to the pelvis, to the low belly. A couple more big breaths. One more round of breath here. On your next inhale, step or hop those feet up between the hands. Rise up halfway whenever you get to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, hands sweep out and around as you rise, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause at heart center, close the eyes, and just take a couple moments to check in. Feel the breath in the body before we move forward. Maybe you notice a slight increase in the heart rate and can feel the heartbeat in the chest. Give yourself a little smile. You're here practicing yoga. Take another big breath or two, just letting yourself be as you are right now. Beautiful job. On your next inhale, hands sweep out and around, lift up. As you exhale, bend the knees, chair pose, sink that booty back. Take a look down, make sure the knees are directly over the ankles, so if you can't see your toes, shift your weight back towards the heels, knees stay stacked. Take another big breath or two, low belly pulls in and up. Let's take one more big breath. And on your exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs as you fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen the back body. Exhale, step it back, plank pose, and lower yourself down. Inhale to upward facing dog. And then exhale, press it on back, down dog. On your next inhale, step your right foot up between your hands. Back heel stays lifted. Find your balance. Rise up, high lunge. Pause in high lunge for a moment. We're really going to establish our posture here. So sink down into that front knee and make sure the knee stays stacked over the ankle. Back knee lifts up away from the ground. If you want a more restful practice today, feel free to set that knee on the ground. If it's lifted though, that leg is working. Left hip pulls forward, right hip draws back, hands reach up, low belly pulls in and up as the shoulders relax down the back body. Big inhale here. On your exhale, lean forward, hands come down, fingertips reach back. Inhale, come back up. Let's do 2 more like that. Exhale, reach on back as you lean forward. Inhale, reach it up. One more time. Exhale, forward and back. Inhale, rise up. This time, exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step that foot back behind you, plank pose. Lower yourself towards the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, press it on back, down dog. Same thing, other side now. So on your next inhale, step your left foot up between your hands. Find your balance, back heel stays lifted. Rise up to a high lunge. Pause here, breathe deeply, establish the alignment. So knee over front ankle, left hip pulls back, right hip presses forward. If that back knee's lifted, really press it up towards the ceiling above you. Hands lift up, low belly pulls in and up, shoulders down the back body. Big inhale here. Exhale, reach it forward, then fingertips come back. Inhale, Reach it on up. Exhale, forward and back. You got it. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, forward and back. Inhale, reach it on up. On your next exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step it on back. Plank pose, lower yourself down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, press it on back, down dog. 5 big breaths in your downward facing dog. Breathe deeply here. Come back to your breath. Come back to the body. Focus on evening out the inhales and exhales. So breathing equal lengths in and out. Again, send your gaze to the knees or the thighs. Take another big breath. On your next inhale, either hop or step the feet up between the hands. Once you get to the top of your mat, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold the feet. Chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, hands sweep up. Pause here, breathe. Keep sending those hips back, knees stay stacked over the ankles, low belly pulls in and up. One more big breath. On your exhale, stand up, palms touch, draw them into heart center. Close the eyes, standing in Tadasana. Feel the heart center. Maybe you notice the beat of the heart in the chest, or simply feel the breath, but connect to the aliveness of your body. Simply let yourself be in your beautiful body and feel how it feels to be alive. Eventually draw your eyes open and allow the hands to come down by your sides. On your next inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bow down to the feet. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, step the feet back, plank pose, and again lower yourself down towards the mat. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, press it on back, down dog. Pause here for a big breath or two. Breathe deeply. And then on your next inhale, shift forward, plank pose, drop the knees down, tabletop position, then send your hips on back to child's pose. And rest there. So allow the head to come down towards the mat, sinking those hips back, and just take a moment or two to come back to your body. Breathe deeply. Simply observe how you feel. Allow yourself to just be here and now. There's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, but to simply rest in child's pose. And whenever your next inhale arises, begin to walk the hands back towards you until you're sitting up all the way on the heels. On your exhale, swing your legs out and around in front of you. We're going to lay down next. So inch yourself forward if you need space. Hands reach out, and on your exhale, slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Take your time. Once you lower yourself down, step the feet in towards you so the heels are in towards your bottom. Feet are about hips distance. Hands come by your sides with the palms face down. Take a moment and puff your chest up off the mat. Inch the shoulder blades down away from the ears, and then set the shoulders back down. So this will create more space around your neck. Moving through bridge dips next. On your next inhale, press through the heels. Lift those hips up. And then on your exhale, slowly lower the hips just to a hover. So not setting them down yet. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower to a hover. One more time. Inhale, press those hips up. This time, exhale to set the hips all the way down, moving slowly. Once they're lowered, pause for a breath. Big breath in and out. And this time we're going to lift up and hold. So when you're ready, on your next inhale, press through the feet, press through the heels, and drive those hips up towards the ceiling. Once you're lifted, pause and continue to breathe. Really press those heels down. When you do, you'll instantly feel the lift of the glutes and the hips. Imagine like there's a block between your knees that you want to squeeze to hold there, engaging the thighs. Squeeze the glutes as you lift those hips up even higher. Press the chest towards the chin as the chin lifts away from the chest. Back of the head presses down towards the mat. Look up directly above you. One more big breath here. Body is working. On your exhale, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Set those hips down on the mat. Take a big breath or two. Pause and rest. We're going to do that one more time with an option to clasp our hands. So when you're ready, find your next inhale and lift those hips back up. Pause, breathe deeply, and if you'd like to take this one step further, you can interlace the fingers under the low back, clasping the hands, and maybe rock over to each side, really inching those shoulder blades under the chest, under the upper back, and breathe here in this bridge pose. Really continue to press those heels down to the mat, energize the knees towards each other, squeeze the glutes. Couple more big breaths, you got it. Let's say 2 more breaths. One more. And on your exhale, slowly lower back down. If your hands are bound, gently release them and set those hips down. Again, allow yourself to rest for a moment or two. Breathe deeply, letting the low back settle in. And only when your low back feels steady and rested, maybe you begin to windshield wiper the knees side to side, just finding a little release to the low back. Continue to move with your breath, inhaling the knees to center, exhaling to lower to one side and vice versa. Allow the mind to settle into the body by moving with the breath. Finding the union here, mind, body, spirit. And only once your low back really feels like it's settled, equalized, then gently hug the knees in towards your chest. Apanasana, knees to chest pose. Wrap those arms around the legs. Give yourself a nice big hug. And if you'd like, continue to rock side to side, but this time continue to press the low back towards the mat. So you'll really give yourself a low back massage as you rock side to side. Relax those shoulders, soften the jaw, breathe the low back. Take another big breath or two. Feeling the goodness of the shape in your body. And whenever your next exhale arises, allow the arms to come to a T shape, resting on the ground, and then lower the legs over toward the left-hand side. So we're coming into a twist. You can have the gaze looking up towards the ceiling, or if you'd like a little neck stretch as well, you can send your gaze over the right hand. Pause here and breathe deeply. As you're here, press the shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade and arm down towards the ground beneath you. Resist its lift. Breathe deeply toward the right side body. Eyes can be open or closed, but feel the breath within. On the inhales, can you feel the right rib cage expand and lift with the lung? On the exhales, feel that same region soften and lower. Take another big breath or two, tuning into the space. And on your next inhale, gently bring those knees back up to center. And then exhale, slowly lower them on over to the other side. Take your time. Once your knees are on the right-hand side now, you can send your gaze over the left hand or simply look up. Find what feels good in your neck and body. And continue to breathe this time, readjusting your gaze to the left side body. So feeling the inhales and the exhales along the left side, the left rib cage. Allow your awareness to simply settle there. Relax the jaw. Again, eyes can be open or closed. But continue to tune in to the breath in your body. Whenever your next inhale arises, gently bring your knees back up to center. Exhale, give yourself another hug. Wrap those arms around the legs. Your choice if you want to rock side to side or stay still.
If there's any last postures you wish to take before Shavasana, now's the time to take it. So if you want to add in a happy baby, Baddha Konasana, or really anything else that's calling your name right now, whether it's a real yoga pose, just a stretch, or a funny shape, you go there. So take the next couple of moments, give yourself whatever you need, and then only when you're ready, we'll meet up in Shavasana, but take your time. If you're still flowing, please take all the time you need and only meet up in Shavasana when you're ready. If you've made your way toward Shavasana and found your comfy resting position, gently draw your eyes closed if you haven't already. And take a moment to invite in a soft, easy, relaxed nature to your mind, to your body, to the space all around and within you. Begin to soften your body even further, starting by relaxing the crown of the head. Soften your forehead, relax the eyebrows, soften the eyes. Relax the temples, the cheekbones, soften the jaw. Relax the lips, the teeth, and gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Soften the ears and the back of the head. Relax the scalp. Soften the back of your neck, the sides and the front, as you allow the throat to open. Melt the shoulder blades down towards the ground beneath you as you relax the upper arms and the elbows. Soften the lower arms and the wrists. And relax the hands, softening every finger. Relax your chest, the rib cage, the belly, and completely melt the back body down towards the ground beneath you, softening every vertebra of your spine. Eventually, relax the hips, the glutes, and the pelvic region. Soften the upper legs and the knees. Relax the lower legs and the ankles. And soften the feet, allowing them to naturally splay outwards with gravity's pull as every toe gets a little bit lighter. Notice if you're holding on anywhere else in your body, and relax it completely, melting down. And allow the state of lightness and ease to translate to your mind, relaxing the mind as though it's a muscle itself, letting it soften and melt away. And for the next couple of moments, imagine as though your body is a vessel for the breath. The body is empty with no bones, muscles, nothing inside. On the inhales, the body fills completely with breath, or that white light that we found at the beginning of class.
On the exhale, as that white light shines from within, glowing the space around and within us. Continue with this breath, inhaling that beautiful white light to fill the body, and exhaling, shining that light out from within. Take a couple moments to be with this beautiful white light and let yourself melt into the goodness within. Only when you're ready, gently begin to invite the awareness back in towards your beautiful body. Maybe you deepen the breath or add subtle wiggles, the toes, the fingers, the wrists and ankles. And eventually roll over to either side, pausing there to rest in a fetal position. Again, take all the time that you need. And gently make your way all the way up to a seated posture, keeping the eyes softly closed as you transition. And we'll eventually meet up seated with the eyes drawn closed and palms touching at heart center. And once you arrive in your seated posture, take a couple moments to consciously observe how you feel right now. Draw your awareness to the mind, to the head space. Observe how it feels. What's the first word that comes to you to describe the feeling of your mind? Gently draw your awareness towards your body. Notice, observe how it feels. What word describes the state of your body right now? And eventually tune into your emotional well-being. Notice how you feel. Notice the emotion that you feel in this moment. And gently give yourself a smile and truly thank yourself for showing up here today, for dedicating your time to your health, your life, and your practice. And thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful practice and energy with me here today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.